All right, guys, so a few months ago, I shared with you the Pioneer Legends car, the John Player Special that I got. I did say I was going to do a lot of upgrades to it. I've got the parts in. It's been a while. I've had them in for a while now. But what I'm going to do is replace the plastic wheels with the CB design wheels. One of the guys at my club, he took the wheels and he turned them so I have just inserts for them. So these inserts will drop into the CB design wheels like such. This way I'll get rid of the plastic and have the metal or the alloy wheels, so that'll be good. Then I'll get new axles, a new gear. These are the front tires. I've got quick slicks on the back. I'll do a new guide, and with that guide there is some guide shims. So I'll put them in. I believe that's everything. Yeah. So I will get started with that, and I will glue the inserts into the wheels. I'm going to do them upside down. There we go, like such. I'll put glue on the inside of the wheel, and I'll just drop them right down onto the insert. This way they are flush with the outside. So give me a moment, and I'll bring you right back when I'm done. All right, so now I've got the inserts on the aluminum wheels. Got my quick slicks in the back, the stock tires in the front. I've got the new gear on the axle, and the tires are lined up. Wheels are lined up pretty nicely. They look good to me. So now the next step is to start working on the guide. And let me find the parts for that. I've got the guide repair, and I've got the guide itself. So that'll be the next step, and then after we do that, we'll give this a test run. Oh, I got to remove the magnet still. I believe the magnet is still there. Let's see. Yep, magnet is still there. So after that, we'll run around the track and we'll see what kind of lap times we get. Then I'll have to add some weight to it. All right, let's just give it some runs. I'm not so sure I like the mesh on that. Let me do that again. It seems to be a little tight. It's like I've got a lot of brake. Let me yeah, I got to adjust the mesh on this. So let me, before I do any adjustments, that'll be the next adjustment. So I'm going to take this apart. I'm going to see why this mesh feels really, really tight. I'm going to also adjust this left to right. But yeah, this seems very tight to me. So let me see what type of adjustments I can do, and we'll go from there. All right, guys. Well, I think this gear is a little too wide, a little too big. It was binding up, so I put the original gear and axle back on. I just replaced the wheels, and now you'll see it runs much better. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Yeah, I let off the gas and it coasts. The whine isn't as bad. So I might have bought the wrong gear. I'm going to have to go back and get it under the calipers, look at it, and see if there's one that's just slightly smaller. But this is running much nicer. So now I'll continue on. I'll replace the guides, take the magnets out. But yeah, that's the thing. You got to do one change at a time, because without doing one change at a time, you don't know what the problem is. And this is already running much nicer. So anyways, now I'll move on to the next step. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is remove the magnet. And the magnet's very easy to remove. You've got these two clips here that need to be spread. So you could just basically come from below and just push. Whoop, there you go. It spreads the clip and the magnet is easily removed. Easily removed. There we go. Okay. So yeah, so that's the magnet removal. The next thing I'll do is I'll work on the guide flag. Okay, so to prepare the new guide flag, I took one of these 1/16 inch adapters and I cut the extra off. I took the guide and I've got it in upside down, and I've got everything glued and clamped for now. So I'll give that a couple of hours, and then I'll take the clamp off and take the guide. Right now I've got it going from the inside the car up just to center it, and then I'll flip it around. So I'll bring you back when that's all set. Okay, so for the past couple of minutes I've been I trimmed the guide, cut the front off a little bit, and I sanded it a little bit and I shaped it, and I gave it a rounded front because I don't want it to hit the connections on my track. And then I gave that a bit of a sanding. I opened up the bulkhead a little bit, or whatever you're going to call that. This way it can rotate, the guide can rotate freely. So now I think I'm going to get the wires ready, put some braid in, and then we'll give this thing a test run on the track. So I'll bring you back once I get that done. All right, well, after reassembling this car and doing some laps, I noticed that the wiring is too tight and this guide does not come back. So I am going to open the car up again, and I think I'm going to snip the wires from the motor, take it all apart and rewire it. But I'll show you what I mean by the wiring is rather tight. Let's take the car apart here. All right, well, that's loose. There's one screw. Second screw, come on, and third screw. Okay, so you can see we're coming off the motor. Everything is tight. It's okay. First of all, the axle is real tight. Let's take that off. I mean, I don't know if you can see that, but that is just got no spin. There's just too many wires. I think I'm going to get rid of all this altogether. I'm never going to put a chip in this car. Let's see, even there, that's better. Not much. Who am I kidding? All right. Well, I think I'm going to snip the wires, come right off the motor, brand new motor, right to the leads, and we'll try that and see what happens. Actually, looking at this, I don't really need to remove it from the motor. I'm just going to snip the wires right here, and there's plenty to go into the guide from here. So this is what I'm doing. I'll snip these two. We'll take this out. We'll put the ferrules back on here, and we'll just go from here right to the guide. So I just got to find out which wire is which, positive, negative, and we'll go from there. So let me get my wire stripper. This is all right. This might be easier than I thought. And we'll take new ones from here. Right now, before I go crazy, let me just temporarily put the red on the right side, and we'll see how that works. Okay. Just trying to see. Okay, that's much better. Here we'll just use the tire cleaner to see which way we're spinning. That is the correct way. Okay. Alrighty, so that's done. I think I'm going to put the axle back in. We'll bring it to the track and we'll see how that runs. Okay, that's no lubrication, but that is much looser because it's just not binding up against the axle. There's not so much wire. All right, I'm going to put the body back on and we'll give it another test. I mean, you always do a little bit at a time. You test it, you tune it, you test it, you're back and forth. So it's a game. And then once this is looking good, then I think I'll start adding some weight. So let me get the body back on. All right. I need one of these magnets. I always like putting magnets on my drivers because it holds the screw, as you can see. All right, so. All right, let me get the track set up and we'll see how this looks. All right, let me clean in the car's tires. Okay, start a new race. All right, 10 laps. Let's see what we can do. No magnets.
Go. New personal best last time by game. He is in the lead.
Oh, came out of the slot and back in. Oh, D-slot. All right. But this car is running good and it's got no weights in it yet. All right, now I'm starting to push.
Only 2 laps left.
All right, we'll call it quits here. Best lap time, 6.271. And that's without any weights, no magnets. My best magnet lap time was 5.069. All right, let me add weights and we'll see what kind of times we can get. All right, that's looking good. Let me get my scale out. This one I've already added weight, and I might also make that change that I did with the wiring as well on this one. I didn't do that there, but I got this one in the weight range that I've been racing against the other guys with these cars. I asked them, I said, "What, give me a ballpark of your weight." We put it on the scale. I didn't do exactly, but just to get in the ballpark. And I can go from there. But let me get my scale out. I'll weigh the 2 cars and I'll see about approximately how much weight I need to add. Okay, so we got the scale zeroed out at 0 grams. We'll put this car on. And this is 75.6. All right, I'll note that. And we'll see the car that's in the ballpark. And that's 93.4. So we got to put about 18 grams worth of weight, right? 75 to 93. Yeah, about 18 grams. So I'm going to get, I'll get some weight, which I have somewhere. I'll find it and we'll add it to this car and we'll see how we do. Alrighty, so I've got the LED installed. Got a little behind the motor, in front of the motor, and then here in this door that had the little the wires attached to it. I removed that little hood or that molded shape. It was just kind of pressed on. Took my knife, sliced it right off, and it makes a good platform for putting your weights. So all my weights are all centered. Like I said, a little behind, more in front, and that's how I got my weights on. So now I'll put the car back on the track and we'll rerun some laps and see how I do with the weights. All right, let me clean the tires. And we'll give that a quick burnout. And we'll start the race. Why I come back here doesn't matter. Timer's over there.
Go. New person has lap time by game. He is in the lead. Leading person has lap time. Leading person has lap time. He is in the lead.
Oh, D-slot. On lap 7. Gonna have to fix that.
Only 2 laps left.
And another D-slot. Oh. All right, I gotta fix that guide. It
Attention, only 1 lap left.
might take gluing down the wires.
Congratulations to team for winning the race.
Okay, but I did break the 6-second mark. I got a best lap of 5.998. So far, my improvements are working out good. All right, guys. Well, only time will tell when I bring it to the club, right? All right. See you guys later.